Hello, I'm Melanie Packer again. I wanted to share with you some of my notes that I learned from the Institute of Healing Arts. This is Eastern medicine information that might be valuable to you. Many of you, I'm sure, have heard of the chakras, which are energy, frequency, and light centers of the body. And so I wanted to kind of go through what the Eastern medicine has found out about this. And I'm going to start with the root chakra, which is located in the base of our pelvis. It has a red light color. It has to do with the elements of earth and smell. It has to do with tribe, family, and survival. It has a frequency of the note C, middle C. It is connected to the adrenal system. It controls all solid parts of the spinal column, the bones, the teeth, the nails, the anus, the rectum, the colon, prostate gland, blood, and building of cells. There are stones that can help hold the frequency of a healthy root chakra: agate, bloodstone, hematite, red coral, red garnet, and ruby. Often these stones, or crystals, they have the frequencies. Some of them are able to hold a lot of information, and a lot of them have certain frequencies that can help support a healthy frequency. Cedar, clove, pepper, and vetiver are oils that support the root chakra. The root chakra, if it's healthy, gives us full acceptance of life on earth, survival, power to achieve goals, vitality, grounding, satisfaction, material security, stability, primal trust, stillness, and courage. Some of the affirmations or positive statements that can go with the root chakra: I am stable, safe, and secure. I have unshakable trust. It sustains me. I am rooted in life and in myself. I have statements. And then foods that support the root chakra: beets, cherries, red cabbage, red currants, red peppers, red plums, strawberries, tomatoes, watercress, and watermelon. Why do we need to know this? The chakras are actually developed in stages, is what they have witnessed. The root chakra is developed between the womb stage and the age of 6 months as a baby. If there was a trauma in that time, or if there was a trauma, physical, spiritual, emotional trauma that's significant in that area, such as when we're raped or sexually abused, often we have problems in this survival center chakra. If this chakra has balanced energy, physical life makes sense. It could indicate a great amount of coordination or natural ability with physical things. Martial arts masters would have this connection very, very opened. If it is blocked, closed, do you trust yourself? People who are blocked here tend to space out and emotionally detach from what's going on. They stay one step removed from their enthusiasm and aliveness. These people are hesitant and carefully think everything through. If it's completely closed, they can seem spacey or flighty, not fully connected to what's going on. Tends to make one hesitant to make decisions or stand firm with them. They can feel they have to push hard against life and people to get anything to happen. Okay. Too expanded might be recklessness, being too maybe promiscuous would be in that category. This chakra affects those relating to inherited beliefs, gender legacies, safety, and survival. This chakra can be the origins of feelings about yourself and the world, the right to exist, and primal feelings such as guilt, terror, rage, joy, and shame. Body and structure developed affects all processes governing survival, relates to commitment to life, acceptance of spiritual help and our basic intuitive abilities, relates to trust of others and awareness of basic needs. So if you're disconnected with the body and what it needs, if you're abusing the body, if you're not giving the body what it needs, this can be signs of the root chakra having problems, being out of balance. In the womb, babies believe that everything's about them. If the parents are fighting, if there's an attempt of abortion, they can feel threatened, not wanted, rejected. Gender issues come up at this time. Dad and mom wanted a girl and they got a boy, or vice versa. Birth, the process of birth actually builds in us a trust for the process of life or deflates that. And so if you had a good birth, you might have good, bonding and connection abilities. And if you did not, if any trauma happened, you might have connection issues, and you might have resistance to life, and feeling like people aren't showing up for you, not trusting God's plan. So some of the needs that babies have is a need for understanding. They expect their needs to be met immediately. They tend to be immature. Baby talk, sometimes in processing they will get really quiet. If you're stuck in the baby phase is what this is talking about, because babies can't talk. So if you my grandmother, for example, the one who was married to the sexual abuser, in her later years she got stuck in a child pattern, and she literally talked baby talk. And when my mom first told me about this, I imagined that she was kind of exaggerating, but I was pretty shocked to hear when at one time my mom had put the phone on speakerphone, and I heard my grandma speak, and she literally spoke like a baby, very few words, and just kind of babbling. And this can be a sign of a problem at birth, or a problem in this area of womb to 6 months. The governing meridian is affected by this as well. That's the meridian energy that goes around the head and down. That can cause some ADHD type of behavior. This can affect the competitive nature of people. Maybe they have no competition traits in them, and maybe they have excessive. Some of the affirmations for the governing meridian: I encourage myself and others. I support myself and others. I support beneficial causes. I do my part. I hear God. I support myself well. I have a job that I enjoy. I am supportive. I am interested. I am motivated. I am flexible. All right. The adrenal glands, as I've said, was affected by the root chakra. The adrenal glands are a part of the endocrine system, your hormones. They're small glands that sit above the kidneys. The adrenal glands secrete several hormones, including some steroid hormones. Hormones are chemical messengers that turn body functions on or off. Hormones can do a lot. They control the salt and water balance in our bodies, controlling swelling and helping repair damaged tissues. This can lead to diabetes or heart disease. It can cause your body to be addicted to cortisol, stuck in the fight or flight or freeze. It can make you stuck in like do more or shut down completely. The emotions connected to the adrenal glands are feelings like a victim, feeling defeated, don't care what happens to me, lack of courage, anxiety, misusing the will, believing that life is a burden or a struggle, making things harder than they really need to be, addicted to crisis. The appendix is also related to this. The appendix is located close to the ileocecal valve, and it's a small sac that benefits the function of the colon. Constipation has to do with the appendix. Well, I don't think very many people know that, but emotions connected to the appendix, undue fears about life, unable to deal with fear, energy flow is constricted. Colon is connected to this. The colon is so important. It affects our brain function. So there's a lot connected there. Emotions connected to the colon is bottled up hate and anger. The anal canal is the tubular portion of the rectum that opens through the anus. Emotions connected to the anal canal or rectum. Survival is threatened by outer conditions, feeling powerless in some area. Emotions can also be connected to hemorrhoids. Ongoing feelings of being burdened, feeling pressured or anxious, feeling fear or tension, and inability to let go. Some positive affirmations for the colon or the large intestine. I joyfully release the past and make space for beneficial change. I cooperate. I have relationships that are open and free. I let go of control. I release others to take care of themselves. I communicate with kindness. I release poverty and welcome abundance. Okay, and then the regulation of male energy or the yang energy can be affected by this as well. Positive emotion related with this is courage, and negative is shy, grouchy, disappointed, and stubborn. Positive affirmations can be: I have courage, I'm accepting of others, I yield to the proper authority, I encourage others, I yield to God, and I consume only what I need. So these are just some of the things that can help us recognize what's going on with ourselves, our energy centers, and sometimes it's just good to know that there's a place to start, and that there are actual symptoms for some of the things that we go through. I mean, even birth affecting us a lot. Somebody who had a birth like mine, for example, was pretty traumatic. I was practically dead and rushed to a different hospital and put in an incubator. Fear of life, fear of being unsafe, being strangled, snuffed out, separated. And for example, my husband had the what's it called? Plutocin, I think, is the drug that was given to his mom to force him to come at a certain time because his doctor had a tea time at his golf course. And feelings that come with that are being forced and pressured, and they can get kind of stubborn because they want things to be on their own time and under their own control. And so just some things to think about. I know that we read a book during this time when I was in this school that talked about birth, your birth and how it affects your life. I can't remember what it was called, but that was a really good resource if you can look up any kind of book like that. Anyway, hope this helps.